Hi
Ready?
everyone, welcome to Babies with Knives channel. Tonight we're going to be playing Hero System 6th Edition, aka Champion 6th Edition. We're going to be playing a campaign called Chaotic Origins. I'm your host, Alice Peng, aka Lala Twiddle on the boards. With me is my co-host, Brandon Powers.
Howdy, howdy.
He is also our GM for the evening. Playing along with me will be Aldo Regalado
Hello.
and Timothy Lemaster.
Hey there.
So, let's get started.
Previously, on our show, we have had our heroes become aware of an attack at the Met that has a number of people, including the creme de la creme of New York City and some of beyond, being held hostage by some, at the time they found out, unknown assailants. They responded, found each other as basically their first interaction with other super individuals, and discovered that it was this group called some of the members of the Bradley Falls Militia that had taken control of the Met. Aldo's Ghostlight
Yes.
went in and did a little scouting, discovered 20 of the hostage takers, including some of them that were working over the mayor and like the police commissioner, talking about the manifesto of basically that humans need to rise up to ensure that they are protected against an oncoming wave of superhumans that are going to be coming. Up until this point, superhumans aren't really something that's been ever in the limelight, though there are plenty of stories, but people think they're more like a National Enquirer level of news rather than real news. And so when our heroes showed up, the media kind of lost its collective stuff and freaked out and was taking lots of pictures of them. The heroes ended up storming in to the Met. Two of them taking stealthy routes, and one of them going the direct approach. Got the drop on the people who are much more concerned with defending themselves against the oncoming heroes than they are with trying to leverage the hostages. Where we specifically were when we dropped off is we are in a an extended battle between our heroes and the enemies. A few of the enemies have been knocked out. They are in everybody, but I believe Diamond Jim is not in this room yet. But they're in a large exhibition hall with the Tyrannosaurus Rex in the middle, and Diamond Jim is currently leaving an exhibition hall with a bunch of medieval arms and armor, and they are trying to take out the members of the Bradley Falls Militia, five of whom have been enhanced, it seems, with some sort of super tech. And that is where we come in. We are in segment 12, part of the way through. Drake is the one that had the gauntlets. At this time, he has not done all that much. Past that one, then we're going to get to our Bradley Falls Militia. I have two of these guys that are over by Scarab.
Is that the guy with the harness and the guy with the gauntlet? Or
No, these are the unnamed ones.
oh, okay.
They are both going to go ahead and start in on haymaker attacks with their guns at scale. So they get a nice wide
On
stance. Yep.
Okay.
They get a nice wide stance. They aim their guns and are getting ready to shoot. They're taking extra time to make certain that they hit you well. These guys are blind and are going to be trying to clear it out of their eyes. Lionel and Nolan are, since they are not presented with an immediate threat.
Can I abort to a teleport?
You can abort to a defensive action. Do you have flying dodge or something similar that gives you an abort with a move?
Hold on. This sheet does not look right because we talked about the fact that I bought. Nope, I guess not. I did not buy that flying dodge in the end. I just have dodge.
That's what I thought in the end.
And I just realized you might not have my totally updated thing because we were making one change, but I'll make it after this game. I'll make sure.
Alright, and Scarab, let's get on to your action.
Okay, they look like they're about to shoot me.
Yeah, you've got two guys drawing a bead at you. You're fighting really close to the Tyrannosaurus on the other side of where the guy with rocket boots slammed into the Tyrannosaurus. Because it's on raised up on a big dais and all, menacing, the area.
Okay. Well, these two thugs do seem like they're just thugs, so I am going to... Sorry, give me a sec to get into character. Firstly, I am going to, at this point, finally activate the Scarab Queen's armor. So that's going to be my action this turn, because I've got too many guys on me.
I think that does not take an action.
I did not buy... Oh, you're right. I bought it to cost a lot of freaking endurance instead. That's fine.
Well, yeah, but normally activating non-attack powers is generally a free action.
That's true. I forgot about that. So I need to spend that.
So yeah, you will have to spend your endurance. And go ahead and, when you're describing your action, make certain you cover what that's going to look like.
Yep, I will. At this point, I am tired of them basically coming at me, so I'm going to take off the kid gloves. Scarab takes over because she's tired of me playing with kid gloves, and she is going to do a 66 blast at one of the two thugs. She is going to then look at the other one and say, "Back off or you're next." So, you guys will see that suddenly my eyes flash the black and my posture straightens. This golden scarab wraps around me, this force of golden scarab. Think the character armor, but instead of a big pink armor, it is literally, I am swallowed by a big golden scarab, and the legs kind of shoot out and seem to be batting stuff away. And at
you
that,
now make me think of Karen from Superpowered.
I guess that, yeah, I guess you can, I can totally see that. Wasn't the intent at the time, but it does work. And you guys see her hands go up and just make a small gesture of circles, and a bunch of scarabs fly out from the scarab on her tiara, and they are all flying at this guy rather than being, coming out of the ground or anything. It is just generated out of my forehead. And
Nice.
Attacking and biting at him, and the razor sharp edges of some of their wings are slamming into him and cutting him. So death of a million cuts kind of thing.
Nice.
Alright, as your bugs fly towards him, the individual with gauntlets that is actually pretty close to him is going to all of a sudden swing his arms, and force will manifest and try and basically push the bugs away from them.
Okay. I will roll my OMCV versus whatever DMCV this is. Let me grab it and roll. 2, 3, and a 1, so I rolled a 6. My OMCV is 6, so that's 17 minus 6 is 11 DCV or DMCV,
well,
whichever you're...
I'm going to be rolling against your OCV here.
Sure, my OCV, my OCV is
I
much
think
lower.
you just said a 6. Well, for you it's an OMCV because that's what the attack
then yes,
is based
it is a
off
6 right now.
of. Okay, so 19. He has 6 on the dot. So you, the Scarab Queen, like you're saying, is manifesting. You are all of a sudden scarabs are flying at this person, and this effect of this kind of blue shimmering field that just emerges from the guy's gauntlets. And these guys are standing close by together. These are the two thugs that came in with this guy. And he swings out, and just these, this force appears and just breaks the onslaught of bugs coming at them. the bugs, get knocked around and scamper away without having hit their target, looking for something, but not really certain which direction they're supposed to go at this point.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So, now we're going to go to segment 1, where our haymakers are going to resolve.
We take our recoveries, right?
Yes, go ahead and take your post-segment 12 recoveries. I am looking at DCV of 8 and a DCV of 6, Alice.
Hit me on both. I would have called for an abort.
I told you what was coming. So I will let you abort after the first one hits, but I did already say what they were.
You are correct, you did that. So let me hit me with the first one, and then let me see about aborting for the next. You know what? I'll take both. That's fine. Because you're right, you did tell me, so I'll just soak it up.
Well, no, I mean that's fine. To abort for the second one. If you want. That's 10, 21, 24, 28, 32, 37. And that will be 11 bucks.
Youch.
Oh. So as he aims his gun at you, and how is this getting through your armor? I'm assuming, Alice, at a reasonable rate.
Is this ED or PD?
That's ED. This is a firearm that he's using.
You actually didn't. You dinged me a bit. I took 10. Okay. No body.
Well, I would assume 10's actually not an insignificant amount. Time.
Yeah, on my stun, that's over a quarter.
And so yeah, like I said, they have a squared off posture and just trying to aim, gritting. They're not screaming "Die, you freak!" Like the ones that the guy that Haymaker Diamond Jim did, but one of them's like, "Mom told me never hit a girl, but I'm making an exception." Are you going to abort to dodge on the second one?
Heck yes, I am. And Scarab is going to throw up a wall.
You're aborting to dodge. That is the action.
Sure. Before I aborted to cast the wall. Oh, I forgot I did it the other way. Never mind. Yeah, I'm aborting to dodge.
Okay, so this is a DCV of 9 that I...
You still hit me. That was a waste of an abort.
Just making certain my math's right. Yes, 9.
My DCV is not very high. My DCV with that abort is going to be an 8.
Alright, what do we got? We got 5, 9, 13, 17, 23, 26, 30, 41. And 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 body.
Okay. I'm looking like I'm about to see Tweety Birds.
Okay. You will not, because you aborted, you won't get your next action, but that DCV effect will be going until you take an actual action, as I remember. It doesn't stop when you move past the lost action.
Correct, based on my memory as well.
Alright, Ghost Light. We are in segment 3.
Okay, can I come up behind Karen?
Yes, you can use your half movement during that phase, and then come up on what you last saw to be the backside of her, which she hasn't changed.
Okay, so he's gonna rise up in his ghostly form, re-solidify, sees what's going on with with Scarab and the haymakering and all of that, and knows he needs to help end this as quickly as possible. So he's going to go for a martial strike on her, an offensive strike. Put his level into DCV since he's hoping he has a drop on her, and let's see what happens.
All right, give me a stealth roll.
Okay. I think I failed my stealth. Let me see.
Oh, don't worry. She failed her perception probably by a lot
Okay.
worse.
Okay. Well, I failed by 1 on my stealth.
Oh, yes. She rolled very high.
Okay. All right. And then to hit, it's better. Let me see. I think I have negatives for the offensive strike here. Yeah. So it's -2. So that's a 4. So I have a 4 OCV.
4 DCV or no? Okay.
With the -2 modifier for the offensive strike, I have a 4 OCV. And I rolled a 10, so that's 14. So I hit a 3.
You have a 4 OCV. You rolled a 10, so you should hit a 5 by my math. 3 will hit anyways, since she is surprised. But
yeah.
Well, and you have
11 plus OCV would be 15, and then drop 10 off that. We'll get you 5.
Yeah. You gotcha. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. So okay, so I hit.
Yep.
7. All right. I did 10, 22. It's not a great strike.
Go ahead and roll 3d6 for me.
Yeah. No knockback.
No. That was not the reason for the 3d6, but good to know.
I rolled 3 3s, so 9.
So 9. Okay.
Thank goodness for my armor, though, because without that armor, I would have taken enough body and enough stun to be unconscious by now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Even though you get the drop on her, you smash her in the shoulder, and don't do an insignificant amount of damage. The guy using the blue energy on the far side of the field, cries out, "Karen, look out!" Actually, he'll call out, "Karen, look out!" And so you're saying you're doing 22 stun?
Yes.
Okay. Did you roll super poor on that?
I rolled a lot of 3s and 2s. It's a 7-die attack, so it's not a huge attack to begin with, but I did not roll great.
Gotcha.
I didn't. It is 7 body, but it was a lot of 3s and 2s.
Yeah. All right. And she definitely, you knock her. She stumbles a little bit, not really knocked back, but you grabbed her attention from behind, and so she'll be paying attention to you if that's good or bad. All right, Diamond Jim, you are leaving the hall of the Medieval Arms Hall, and actually, I guess it was Lionel and Nolan were in your room. So I probably should have done something with them. They are, since I forgot, I had them in the wrong room. They are kind of flabbergasted at the moment by what is in front of them. You made a presence attack without even trying against them. So it's your action. As I remember, you were right up on Lionel, and the Scarab had called, shouted that diamonds are a girl's best friend from deeper in.
All right, what is this? This guy I'm up in his face. What attacking? What is he attacking me with?
He has not attacked you. He has got a gun out, and he has a couple of knives on his belt, but he's got a handgun out.
Oh well, he's not a threat to me. However, the girl, the lovely, the bug lady needs help, so I will leap as far as I can to get to where she is.
Okay, you are going to be able to basically leap through that hole getting out of that area, and now you are just entering into the big melee hall. You have your if once again the monitor. So Alice is kind of at the center of the monitor. Aldo is at the south center of the monitor fighting Karen. And then you're going to be coming in from, let's say, the southeast of the monitor. Yes, the bottom right of the monitor. And most of the action is either in the center or the north right side of that.
And you see that the bug lady is up against 3 people right now.
And the room that you leap through, you see a bunch more of the hostages and another one of the guys. And we'll go ahead and call him Mark. So Lionel and Mark are the ones that you just went past, and Nolan is at on the far side of the medieval arms. Aye, Alice, I think we're up to you, Scarab. Oh, you have aborted that action.
Yes, skip me at the moment.
Okay. So, on to segment 4.
But I still have to pay for my force field, so it's good you called me.
Yeah, you could have paid for that on your on when you aborted, when. But that's totally fine. Okay, this guy is still going. I'm gonna see if he really notices Jim coming in. Yes, he does.
Yeah. Most people notice me.
Yeah, he might have gotten the drop on the folks. You are going to be at a -2 for him to attack. But he calls out "Diamond" in a very Scooby-Doo kind of way. And he will grab some of those little bug-like things off of his harness, and he is going to throw them at you. -2 because of range. This is not going to hit. DCV of 3 is what he ended up with. The guy that is up on, I'm just going to say Mistress Mysteria, on the Scarab, as Karen, cries out after Aldo gets the drop on her and smacks her. He looks up and starts running back that way, leaving Alice's character alone and just kind of running, seeing red, and with a growl, he goes, "You gonna die, freak!" And he will go ahead and he's going to try the move through, which probably is not going to work that well for him, but charge attack as best as he can. All right, so move through is neg velocity divided by 10, so that'll be a 1. So -1 on this.
Guys, I just thought of our team attack. What our team group up, instead of the fastball special, it will be disco ball. We've got the lights, we've got the disco ball, and I can make things spin.
Alright, so he has a DCV of 6 on you.
No, I have a DCV of 8 right now.
Okay, I figured that, especially with that one rank having been put into your defense, that was going to miss. He goes, charging past you as you move out of the way, and he smacks into the wall. The electricity discharges into the wall. The drywall or whatever the Met's made out of, so probably stone, cracks under the assault that he just delivered onto it.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and give him a little bit of incidental damage since he is not going to have knocked the wall back. All right. The girl that you got the drop on, she will jump back away from you, and level her rifle at you, and she's like, I wonder if you're gonna twitch like one of the bugs.
Oh God.
So she will fire off. And my high rolls continue for the night. As she's saying that and trying to get the gun back, apparently the blow to her shoulder is just making it hard for her to pull the thing around and such, and so she's not getting any sort of good shot, just fires off into the air.
Nice.
And that is for Ghostlight on 5.
Okay, he's gonna close the distance on her, like sort of move the, bat the gun, to the side and come up with a punch. And I was foolish. I forgot to use my my ghost shock damage last time, so I'm not gonna forget that this time. Going for an offensive strike again. Same level distribution in terms of my combat level. Oh, I'm gonna miss. I rolled a 15.
Okay. That closes out 5 on 6. We've got Diamond Jim leading the pack. Diamond Jim, you're like a half move from. You don't probably want to get to Scarab because nobody's in melee with her, so you're like a half move from where Ghostlight is fighting, or a half move from where some guys are shooting at her, and another guy is there's this blue energy that is kind of coming off of his gauntlets. It's different than the glow that these energy weapons or this advanced technology that the group has seems to be using. It's a blue semi-transparent energy that is flowing around. So you can basically join either fight.
I'm gonna help out the bug lady because it looks like she needs it, and so I'll run up and basically interpose myself between her and the gunman. And who's the one that's got the nastiest weapon?
There's 2 with guns, and then one of them has these gauntlets on that has force energy around them.
Nice fish you got there, boy. Wanna try it, man? I'm gonna go punch Mike Tyson over there. Okay, so I'm gonna split up the hand-to-hands, +1 to OCV, +1 to DCV. So I have like a 6 OCV. Ready?
Yeah,
as you armor or just the gauntlet.
Just gauntlets, and he hasn't been like punching anybody or anything. As you run up to him and he sees you, he is aborting to dodge, and the energy flows up around him and like as a shield in front of him as he brings his gauntleted arms up.
Fine, he's defending him, so I'm just gonna hit him full. I'm gonna I'll punch him. And I got 10, which means I hit DCV 7.
That is a miss on him.
Oh.
So as you haul back and try and punch him with it, the energy that forms a shield up in front of his bracers, you kind of impact on that and feel that it's got some definite defensive capabilities.
Okay.
Now let's run through our thug group. The 2 that just haymakered at Scarab are going to move back away from the guy that Jim is engaged with and do the same thing at him.
They're attacking me?
Yep.
Okay.
They are going to be going after you. Isaiah, Jack, and Kev have at this point all recovered from being blind, and they are going to cover the distance to get more towards the fight rather than taking long shots from where they are. And some more guys start appearing from where Diamond Jim was. Scarab.
How does Diamond Jim look? Does he look chipped away and injured?
Not really.
Okay, cool. That's
No.
good.
I did a tiny bit of stun to him, and that's about it.
So one of the thugs that actually no, the boss that is attacking us because she's more likely to survive this.
Define boss.
The woman that is against
Okay.
Ghostlight.
Karen.
Okay. I am going to pull my punch on this because I don't know how much body she has in total. So she's more likely to have 2d6 than 3d6 to drain.
Alice, remember, on your drains, if it targets a defensive stat, this is a stat that is primarily defensive. Ego and presence are not primarily defensive. They have other purposes. The drain that you do is cut in half effectively.
Oh, that's
right. So if you have
3d6
of drain and you're draining body, it'll be a d6 and a half of actual drain that goes through.
Sure. But I'm going to make
so just realize that when you're saying, "Oh, I don't know how tough she
I'm going to make
it's smaller."
But let's make it a little easier on Ghostlight. So, the Scarab turns to Karen, as you called her. And you guys see my head just turn into the head of a dog. My eyes glow bright red. And she is going to suddenly feel very weak as you guys see her basically go pale. Let's hope. OMCV attack.
Your character's going to fail?
I hit a DCV of 8.
A DCV of 8 is probably going to be a hit.
Or DMCV in this case, maybe. I don't know which one you want to take on that. I don't know.
That would depend on how your power's constructed.
That's true. It's constructed on the DCV, not DMCV.
Yeah, DCV is a hit on that.
Let's roll 3d6 and cut it in half. I rolled 9. So she takes 4.
4.5.
Yeah, 4.5.
And that is a drain on what?
That is a drain on con and body.
Okay.
You guys just see her go pale.
He's actually taken aback by that a little bit.
And then my voice switches again. Think she's seeing ghosts.
You don't play around, kid.
Alright.
There we go. I'm trying to remember the accent. Gusts. Think she's seeing ghosts.
Alright, the 2 that are haymakering Diamond Jim. I've got a DCV of 6.
Yeah, yep.
Okay. Go ahead and take 33 stun and 10 body.
And take the 33, okay.
Okay, 13, 18, 24, 28, 30 body, and definitely this isn't doing no stun to you, is the second one. That hit a much better DC.
30 body?
Yeah. 33 body and 30 body were the 2 haymakers against you.
Body or stun?
So, stun.
Okay.
Did you say 33
Because
body?
I'm
I'm
like,
yeah.
I'm glad that thematically that.
Holy crap!
I'm like, thematically, I just drained life I can give to him, but still.
And body. I said both of those words.
You did.
Okay, the first attack did a little damage. The second attack, bounce.
Okay, yeah, that's what I basically expected. And they are like, they start calling out, and they're like, Tim, what are we doing? As they're firing at you, because Ghostlight's definitely freaky. Pardon me, coughing. The Scarab looks like a cosplaying girl. I mean, awesome cosplay that apparently has golden armor.
Speaking in
but
tongues.
now, like this walking diamond is, moving up to them and trying to punch them out, and that's just a little bit unnerving on it. And so they are definitely looking for leadership, especially as their blasts have basically no effect. And speaking of Ghostlight, let's jump over to you. You are engaged with Karen. You have left Tim back having punched the wall. So you guys have moved more kind of like halfway towards the dinosaur, the T-Rex.
Okay, how many eyes are on me currently? Because I know some people moved around and like that.
Probably the three thugs that you blinded are closest to you out of the group. The ones that are running there. How distant? You could get there in a quarter move. Alice, we need to figure out something for battle mats. Just helpful.
Sure, yeah.
Even if you're not counting hexes or inches, they're just helpful to have.
This is screwing with me because I had a character that was speaking Latin, so I was learning so much Latin. So, like, as I'm concocting spells right now, I keep reverting to Latin. I'm like, no, I don't want to use those words. Let me go look up what I should use. So I'm going to Aramaic and trying to go with the Aramaic words. But this is really messing with my head because I keep wanting to go to Latin.
See, kids, tell your parents. Role-playing teaches you stuff.
Yeah, right.
You may not pronounce it correctly, but since it's so ancient, they might have pronounced it that way. Who knows?
So I have those three guys on me. I have Karen on me, right?
Yeah, and so they'd be about a quarter move. So like, for you at your move. Actually, it would be your flying move. So like 5 meters away.
They're about 5 meters away?
Yeah.
Okay,
to get into melee. So I think that you can explode onto both groups of them.
That's what I want to do. So it's I'd have to move like a meter to have them in my blast radius, right? So basically take a step back from her and then explode in a flash.
Okay.
Okay.
And is this only, I forget, is this only the flash, or is there any damage that goes with that one?
This one is only the flash.
Okay. Just the flash. No Superman, no Martian Manhunter, just the flash.
Exactly. Okay. So... Okay, great. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 6 body.
6 body. That will be on the first one. Go ahead and roll the DCV though.
Oh,
very easy to hit.
Yeah, it's 13.
Okay. So 6 bodies. So we are in 8. So you have blinded him until the same time as he was blinded last time, actually.
All right, next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 segments.
Okay.
Next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 segments. And then Karen?
Yep.
All right. Karen gets 5 segments.
Okay. As you know, Ghostlight once again flashes with the energy. The guys who apparently didn't learn well enough last time, get caught into it, and all of them are covering up their eyes with their arms or their hands, rubbing their eyes, trying to clear this away and such, and just generally being pretty aggravated by what just happened to them. On 8, we're gonna go through my bad guys that are here. Guy with the harness. Well, Jim is not at range and he is scary. So he is going to try him again. That is a 9. So Jim is probably going to be able to work his way out of this without much of a worry. Alright, so Jim, all of a sudden these little insect-like things, he flings them at you. They land on you and electricity starts flowing around you. You are basically in an electric cage for the moment. and an entangle that you can break out of.
Okay.
On your next action. Then, as you come down from your flash, this guy is going to move after you. This time he's not going to go. He's closer than he was last time. So Tim Connors is moving up to you, and he is going to try and smack you with his electrified hands.
And I'm going to abort to martial dodge.
This is the same segment that you went in. He hauls off. He does hit you. I'm pretty sure DCV 11 is a connection.
Yeah.
21, 24, 26, 30. Ooh, geez. He rolled pretty well. 41.
Oh, man. That's
Now, you have damage reduction. I think that you've got him on both energy and physical. This is an energy-based attack.
Yeah. So energy's my better of the two. Let me see. I have a 16. Whoops. So 41.
He had one die that was 3 or less.
Okay, and then let me see. I'm going to reduce this by basically 1/4.
So what did I say? 41.
Yeah, I'm going to take
30 damage.
In the end. Huh?
30, and then you apply your ED, right?
I think it's the other way around.
It is the reverse.
Yeah, it is a reverse. So I'm going to take 19, which is not enough to stun me.
Whew.
It did a lot of damage.
At least my guys are like making you notice them.
Yes. So yeah, that's perfect. Okay.
Am I 1 damage away from stunning you?
2.
Oh yeah, because I have to surpass your con.
Yes. So he's, that's a shock. That's waking to the wonder. That's
a shock.
Backs off, in pain. But keeps his wits about him.
Alright, we are in 8. Well, give her the perception. Yeah, she is not really certain where things are. So Karen is going to stumble back and just kind of try and guard herself. She bumps into the dais that the dinosaur is on as she's stumbling back away from you.
Okay.
And this guy aborted on his last action. And then we're going to segment 9, Diamond Jim.
All right. This guy with the big fist. I'm gonna put all levels into hand-to-hand to hit. And I'm gonna try to. I can grab 2 limbs, so I'm gonna grab both of those gauntlets he got on and destroy them.
Okay.
These ways I'm gonna try. Well, that's gonna be 11. So that's I hit basically 6.
6 is still a miss. He still has his dodges going until his next action.
All right.
So as you swing, you realize that this guy is a good deal faster than the other folks that you were tangling with.
Okay.
Alright. After Diamond Jim on 9, Scarab. Ghostlight, you're on deck twice.
Okay. Seeing what Diamond Jin was just trying to do, in my head I say, "Give it back to me," give it back to me, and I am going to take over again. And at this point, I am going to. Sorry, yeah. The girl is going to take over rather than Scarab.
One of them is male?
No, the young girl.
Alright, then you didn't say give it back to me right.
Yeah, I know, I messed up. Just let me do it, is Kayla. And I am going to, at this point, create a mental mirage on the guy that Diamond Jim was just trying to rip the arms off of. Suddenly, he is going to see a dancing circle of disco balls and lights, basically, of Diamond Jims around him. So, my OCV versus OMCV versus... Oh, no, this is a straight-up 12d6 roll. And I just dropped one of my tokens.
No, you have to hit his DCV first.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
DMCV.
Yeah, it's DMCV.
So you're doing this against the guy that you've been around here the whole time. He hasn't really attacked ever. He knocked your scarabs away.
Yeah, he's been able to defend for other people.
Okay.
I rolled a 12.
Oh, Jim, I'm certain you're going to get through this without a problem, but go ahead and roll to get out of your entangle.
5 DMCV.
I forgot about that.
This will be based on your con.
Oh. I totally forgot I was in entangles.
I did as well, actually.
All right, 5 body.
5 body. Okay, you are going to shrug it off. Feel better about yourself. You never missed him.
Okay. That was my action anyhow then. Okay.
Yep.
49 on my mental illusion.
What was the DCV?
DCV is 5. DMCV. It's against his DMCV.
Yeah. DMCV, yeah, that's a hit. And so, you're using mental illusion.
Mental illusion, 12d6, so total of 49. I believe it's that, otherwise I can count up the body for you.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure it's
true. No, it's a total because you compare it against their ego. Mind, so I've gone too far.
So suddenly he feels like he's in a hall of mirrors, seeing Diamond Jim everywhere around him. Trying to figure out which one to defend against.
Here we go.
I'm going to be right back and grab one more die.
I know we hear when yours clatter to the ground. Mine don't make noise because I'm on carpet. All right. So, Alice, you have made it so that he no longer interacts with the real world, basically. That he is simply stuck in that place of Hall of Mirrors with Diamond Jims.
Yep.
Swinging at him. Okay. And I know this is, a major effect on him. How does one get out of a mental illusion?
Figure out how much he made the illusion by, how much what was required to make the illusion believable, and then you take that total divided by 5, and then he has to make a negative based on, basically say if you divided by 5 and you got like 3, then there's -3 to 0 to break out.
Oh, okay.
And but yeah, so when on my action, what happened was you see that my staff, I pull my staff from my back, I concentrate on it in front of me, and it seems I'm saying something in my head, and then I go, and then I say, Rocky Balboa, and...
Rocky Balboa?
No, Rocky Balboa. I went and looked it up.
I know Rocky. She was this awesome fighter mage.
No, that's Rakai, Brandon.
Okay.
So
Ghostlight, you have a double action coming to you. Let's go ahead and just sum up what we've got going on here. Ghostlight is engaged on just west, just to the left of the dinosaur. He is engaged with 3 of the thugs, with Karen using that rifle, and they're all blind. And then Tim Connors came in and tried to beat Ghostlight up. He definitely felt it when he actually got connected with.
Oh yeah.
Just on the other side of the dais is Scarab, but she's not paying attention to Ghostlight, figuring that he's got it all on his own. Instead, she is looking to the upper right side of the room, having just dropped the gauntleted individual into an illusion of eternal torment with Diamond Jim. Up in that area as well is the guy with the harness. He's a little further back, and then the two thug-like gunmen coming in from the south of the right side of the room. Just were a couple more of the thug-like gunmen, and that is pretty much how things stand. Just to make certain that we've got everything at least somewhere.
Okay, great. All right, so this is 10th, right?
This is 10, yep.
Okay. So I guess, he's hit by Tim, and Tim hit him, was it with
He's got these shock gauntlets on.
Shock gauntlets, right? So he hits him with the shock gauntlets, and goes kind of like in pain with his hands back like this, kind of like a Captain Kirk pain pose. And he thinks he's kind of losing it, and then the wisp kind of like conjures up in him, like sort of takes over and kind of pushes him to kind of like move his hands in front of Tim's face, and then flash. And he's going to try to do the way of the wisp on him and put him on the mental entangle.
Okay.
So OCV against DMCV. I rolled a 13 on the first one. What?
I hear Alice from the other room and what she was saying.
I'm trying to get the accent back, so I'm shortcutting with just some practices. I'll snap into it much more easily as we get playing, more of this character.
Yeah. Yes. What was? I'm sorry that she broke my intense concentration on you.
That's okay.
What did you get?
I rolled a 13. It's OCV versus DMCV.
Okay, so what does that end up his DMCV at?
I would have hit a. Let's see. I have
What's your OCV?
That's 17.
You hit.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So
these people are not the most mentally fortuitous.
Yes, I was hoping. So the first body on the first one is 2, and I also rolled a 13 to hit with the second half of this attack, which is a different entangle. Same thing, and they're both 2-body entangles.
Okay. So there we are. All right, and the first one, or they're based on ego and intelligence. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And so all of a sudden, and actually, Aldo, you go ahead and describe what the effect is and what this looks like on our comic panel.
Yeah. So, like I said, he sort of went forward and just kind of like flashed in his face, and I guess Tim would step back and have a wide-eyed look of confusion and fear at the same time. He's probably stumbling away from Ghostlight, uncertain of what to do and looking very worried, right? Just kind of looking around him. And Ghostlight at this point is not.
I gotta take care of this little thing, okay?
Sure thing.
Back.
Oh,
yeah.
Seems adorable.
Thank you.
And Ghostlight at this point is standing more like he's more excuse me. No, he's not standing in kind of like the martial arts kind of pose that Kyle Resnick was standing in. He's kind of standing more sort of erect, his cloak kind of billowing out in front of him, ominously looking at Tim as Tim kind of backs away from him in despair.
Awesome. Then Ghostlight, you're up again.
Okay. He's gonna look at Karen, and he's going to fly to her, re-solidify, and try to take her out.
Okay.
Using levels into DCV, offensive strike, And roll the 5 to hit.
That definitely sounds like a very solid hit. If so, go ahead and grab 10 active points on it. Basically, being in that critical range. If it was a D20 game, is that a 5 is in that top 5%.
Okay, so an additional 2 dice of damage.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let me see. 10, 20, 34, and a little bit more. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. That's 34 and 10 body plus the 2 dice is going to be 44 and 13 body.
All right, 44, 13.
Yeah, with, oh my god, 7 knockback. That's with the 3 dice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. You punch her, and you go ahead and describe it. She is out of here at this point.
Okay. All right. So I guess he's still kind of in that ominous kind of pose. Looks at her after incapacitating Tim, and then leaps into the air. And in the air, as he's coming down, he kind of lets Kyle take over Ghostlight again. And Kyle kind of goes into a spinning kick and comes down in that spin kick and kicks her probably sideways away from the dais. And then he lands, superhero pose, hand down, probably facing the 3 goons.
Okay. She clatters into the hors d'oeuvre table, breaking it in half as she gets knocked back, and
right.
food just splatters all over her. Diamond Jim is going to be in a holding pattern for us for the moment.
Then it's me after that. Because
Nope.
we're on segment 12, right?
We're on segment 12. That means pretty much everybody, unless you've got a speed 1, you get to go.
It's funny how we both ended up with two entities controlling the same body in the end.
Yes.
And if you guys do ever want to do presence attacks, feel free to
right.
go after that. We can.
Oh, I would have liked the presence attack after that one.
Go ahead.
All right. So
onto your blind goons, or the goons across.
Yeah. Well, those are the ones he's glaring at now. So
okay.
the 3 guys. Oh no, they're blind. That's right. No, that's right.
Jim?
So no. Presence attack doesn't make sense.
Sorry about that.
All right, Diamond Jim, it is your action. Ghostlight, who's at the far side of the field, just kicked the girl into the hors d'oeuvre table. She has the Tweety birds around her. The hors d'oeuvres crash in, and she is out of here. So
what about the with the gloves, the one I was fighting?
Yeah, the gauntlets.
All right, anything I can grab?
You guys can, by all means, the scene that you're in a museum hall with a giant Tyrannosaurus Rex. There can be anything, and there was a party going on here, so there's food table or other things for party type stuff.
Hey, Brandon.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up the nearest table and hit him. That's an area effect attack?
Alice, what's your question? Hold on just a second.
I was just going to say, in response to them destroying the food, I have a comment. So I'll let him destroy more food first.
Okay. Yeah, you can grab the table and swing it at him. I'll give you a +1 to your OCV for it.
All right, I'm gonna max out, so +3 OCV. This guy's hard to hit. And I rolled an 8, which went from 5 to 8, which means I hit DCV 11.
Okay, well, even if he was still benefiting from his dodge at this point, he would not have gotten out of the way of that.
All right,
So
he's got the fences, right?
He does have that energy that is still flowing around him.
Yeah, so I think he can handle a full-on hit. Why I love champions.
It's a rewarding sound.
it is.
Okay, 10, 20, 30.
So in response to, while he's counting that, in response to them destroying all the food, Kayla is unaccustomed to this dichotomy of two characters and this whole hiding superhero identity. So she kind of just slips up and goes, "Hey, chopped all day on that." And then she
38
catches herself,
stun.
realizes, oh, never mind.
38 stun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 body.
Okay.
38 stun, 10 body.
Given that she works at her father's restaurant at times. Seeing all the prep work she spent hours cutting, chopping.
You smack into him, and you can definitely feel that that energy that he's got around him absorbs a fair amount of it. The table cracks over, breaking apart. Food sprays everywhere. A bunch of steak and such flies up into the Tyrannosaurus's mouth. We're gonna feed the Tyrannosaurus. But he is still there, but he doesn't really seem to be paying attention to you at this point. He's paying attention to all sorts of things, just actively ducking and dodging, like things are coming at him from everywhere.
Was that the guy you did the mental illusions to?
But you don't see any representation because they're just mental.
Yep, they're just mental.
This guy
he just
mental.
seems a little more out of it now than before.
Oh, it didn't work against him. Let's try on the girl over there. The guy wearing the harness is going to move forward and take a chuck at you, Alice.
What's he chucking?
The little insect type things that he's been throwing. He missed you earlier, but he had a negative modifier. He closes the range this time.
I'm gonna take it and hope he misses.
All right, I've got a DCV of 7.
You hit me.
Okay. And you get that same, the bugs bite into you at different parts and all of a sudden electrify, and your muscles start to seize up as you are locked away in his electro cage.
Okay.
Sounds like a BDSM club.
This is actually the second time I've been in an electro cage.
Okay. This guy is all locked up at the moment, so he will go ahead and try this. Okay. Tim, his gauntlets at this point are powered down, and he's like looking around and such, and he shuffles this way, and then he gets kind of jerks like he's scared, and then he shuffles the other way, and then it's like, oh my god, and he's just trying to do something, and basically nothing is happening for poor Tim Connors. All he wanted to do was hurt people, and tell them that the superhumans were on their way, and now he's being subjected to this.
Who cry me a river of tears? You're endangering people and hostages.
Okay. Okay, who do we got left?
Me and whatever enemy.
Guillermo and Hank. At this point, these guys are going to break and run. They just saw the furniture getting pulled into the fight. The people that are over on the other side seem to be getting beaten up by whatever the heck that is. But it sure shines bright at times and has karate moves to boot. So Guillermo and Hank are going to run. Isaiah, Jack, and Kev. These guys, they are still blinded at this point. So you guys are basically down to the thugs. I'm going to go ahead and call that done because
Okay.
these thugs aren't ever going to put a beat down on you. Why don't we each of you can describe how you finish mopping them up? Let's go ahead and start with Diamond Jim for his little part of the 2-page knockout panel.
Well, I done round them all up, find some big and metal, do the classic comic book twist of lamppost around them kind of deal, so they can't go nowheres. Of course, I'll make sure they ain't got no weapons or nothing on them. And normally I break their guns and stuff, but that's evidence. I don't know. Right.
What about you, Scarab?
So, the scarab, a bunch of the scarabs climb up all over her again and break her out of the entangle and kind of fly everywhere. And then Scarab, the few that are left, Scarab casts something and gets into their heads, and you just, in the comic panel, you just see this army of scarabs as they march 2 of the thugs out the door into the police custody. And so they're just basically acting as guards walking beside these 2 thugs.
Alright, and Ghostlight, how are you finishing this fight up?
Yeah, for Ghostlight, it's probably one of those, panels of him doing different martial maneuvers, one smooth move from one to the other to the other. It's like and probably end up in front of Tim after that, and basically, getting him under control. I mean, he's kind of like dazed and all of that, but getting him under control, arms behind his back, and along with Scarab marching him out to the, to the police.
Okay. After beating all these guys up, before you guys take them to the officers, are you doing anything else in here? I'm not talking.
Yes.
I know the hostages are getting freed. That
Yeah, I'm freeing the hostages, working on that.
obviously is something that you guys can definitely do.
Yeah. You know what?
Speaking of freeing the hostages, I have one particular hostage I am especially concerned about. So I'm going to start running my way through the waitstaff looking for him, making sure he's okay.
What were you saying, Aldo?
You know what? I think Kyle will take a look at the scene through the eyes of an FBI agent, right?
Okay.
And see if he can pick up any clues or any information. We've got a lot of. I know we have a lot of gadgetry lying around. Although that's all fused with their bodies, right?
Yeah, there are connections that it is invasive technology.
Yeah,
right.
Speaking of which, that's something
them.
I'm interested in because I specifically I'm specifically planning on going into that field.
Right. So yeah, he'll yeah, I mean, if there's anything that stands out from the crime scene, as an FBI agent, he'll, be interested in that. Other than that, it's really, securing any technology that's lying around that could be dangerous, and then really, canvassing the hostages,
Okay.
So I don't know if there's anything, a deduction or.
I'm just trying to figure out what after you guys finish them up, what all. And Jim, what do you have anything specific that you're wanting to do? Because marching the some of the bad people out was something that people were talking about before that starts happening. I will guess that's a no from Jim.
What?
So,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Somewhere
Did you
else.
have anything before they start marching out the bad people towards the officers that you wanted to get done?
Ain't proved nothing. Y'all think you can come in here and hurt people and endanger people? People gonna listen to your message? That ain't the way things work.
You're talking to mostly unconscious people at the moment.
Yeah, all right.
but yeah, before we turn, I do want to do one more thing, but like, as soon as the fight's over, the first concern I have is over that one person. After I find that he's okay, I'm gonna come back and I'm going to go up to Resnick. Before we give 50 the gear, I want to take a look.
All right. What are you looking for?
Well, I was asking intentions and such, and you had
Yeah.
said specifically that you were marching people out, and so I do have things that
Okay, go for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I
Of course.
apologize.
I'm going to be doing.
Sure.
No, not a problem. So because the marching people out was the first thing,
Yes.
and all, but Aldo, you're kind of like surveying the scene. Jim is taking the red velvet ropes, the posts that go around them, and he's just wrapping those around the guys as your guys' temporary handcuffs and such. And Alice, you're starting to use your swarm of cockroaches. I'm sorry, scarabs, to carry these people,
Out the door.
and
Yep.
yeah, to carry some of them out of the door. And you start to hear gunshots from out in front.
And that's it for this evening, everyone. So thank you for listening to our episode. We hope you tune in next time for the next installment. Bye.
Bye.
Say goodnight, Gracie.